Anqing County, Limbo City, Yunnan Province, is home to Mengyu College. Every year, a large number of parents drive their children to Mengyu College. Don't worry about the school's isolated location, it was done on purpose. The regional aristocratic school that charged one-to-one transactions, all of the youngsters who attend this school are wayward children who did not listen to their parents. There were numerous reasons why parents might send their children to such facilities. Mengyu College charges an annual tuition of $60,000 per year. It's pricey, but that hasn't stopped parents from saving up to send their children inside. It didn't matter to them what kind of education their child had as long as they were a proper person when they grew up. Xiao Qingrong was now residing in one of the dorms on campus. He awoke to find himself in a little room of less than 30 square meters. Except for a comforter, a bucket, and a bulb above his head, the room was devoid of windows. Xiao Qingrong discovered that he had been jailed once more. Xiao Qingrong sat there, closed his eyes, and entered the system's learning realm. He may put it to use at any time now. It was a very useful and convenient tool. Don't you care where you are, host? 618 had completed their review of the facts in this universe. He didn't know what to say because his host was so quiet. Looking at Qingrong's male god points, 1, 299, 00, 618 concluded that his host was simply a devil. This time, Xiao Qingrong had the system imitate a patient. He had just developed an interest in studying heart illness and was attempting to cure it with his scalpel. As he operated on the body, its memory gradually returned, and the heart eventually stopped beating. It just does not work. The scalpel was well cleaned and laid aside. Xiao Qingrong answered 618 while holding the heart that had ceased beating. Of course I know where we are, isn't this a rehab facility? I've been to a mental hospital before, but this is the first time I've gone to one like this. It should be enjoyable. Xiao Qingrong narrowed his eyes and stared at the red heart in his fingers, lost in thought, after studying what went wrong. 618 rushed to talk after looking at the mosaic in its host's palm. When was the last time you visited a psychiatric hospital? Why don't I understand? It was a little strange. It honored its host's privacy as a system tied to people for the first time. It knew nothing about the department of the psychiatric hospital. Xiao Qingrong lifted the corner of his mouth as he placed the heart in his hand. That happened a long time ago. Okay, 618. I thought you said I had 1,000,000 male god points. Could you please show me the system all? I'm curious to see what's within. When 618 heard Qingrong's plea, it immediately forgot about the prior dialogue and became serious. Opening the shopping center. Xiao Qingrong then appeared in front of a virtual mall. The massive mall appears to be a game. Aside from what is visible at a glance, there is also a search bar and a price bar. Look up medication. As soon as Xiao Qingrong said, the term medicine triggered all types of products, ranging from low to high prices, including all kinds of drugs as well as medical treatment, equipment, and so on. As soon as Xiao Qingrong said, the term medicine triggered all types of products, ranging from low to high prices, including all kinds of drugs as well as medical treatment, equipment, and so on. Look for tablets. Xiao Qingrong searched again, and a number of pills emerged, including the first one, 618, intended to get on credit, as well as dilly pills, meditation pills, qiaoshuo pills, and so on. The dilly pill was one of the least expensive, costing about $150,000. The wisdom pill was valued at roughly $800,000 among them. It improved the user's wisdom by 20%, making it a very good drug. Xiao Qingrong, on the other hand, was set on obtaining the qiaoshuo pill. Qiaoshuo pill increases your hand speed and learning ability. This qiaoshuo pill was only worth 100,000 male god points, which was extremely low. Ceirin immediately bought it and saw a pill that looked like chocolate beans materialize in front of him. He grabbed it up and popped it into his mouth. It was delicious. A scalpel user's hands were the most important part of his or her body. He had missed many things in the previous world, and Ceirin was concerned. He exited the system mall and went to imitate another patient. 618 observed his host purchasing the Xiaoshu pill, knowing that the host enjoys doing surgery, but this time, the assignment has nothing to do with the operation. Did you know that, host? Your present body will be a world-renowned superhero hacker. He had driven away hackers from various foreign countries and protected China's property with the help of just one guy. You will benefit greatly from the Xiaoshu pill you purchased. 618 wanted Ceirin to succeed so that it could honor its host. Hacker? While operating on the body, Ceirin had some reservations. The silver scalpel was stained with vivid red blood on his hands, which were covered in white gloves, despite the fact that all 618 swabs were crimson. 618, did you know that the brain is used for thinking and the hand is used for doing? Although this body's memory contained some information on hacking, it was largely about stealing the QQ numbers of others. So, host, are you willing to learn hacking techniques? I will give you the information for free. 618 wanted to cry again. Obviously, its host was intelligent. Why was it so difficult to teach him? Hacking skills were obviously not an issue for him. Ceirin had lost interest in 618 and was now entirely focused on the operation. His hands were more stable, his actions were more meticulous and speedier with the blessing of Xiaoshu pill, and it was this efficiency that made Ceirin happy. The operation failed again 5 or 6 minutes later. Ceirin searched out the heart, investigated what went wrong, and responded to 618. Of course, I can learn to hack. Can you please quit talking? It's quite inconvenient. The 618's heart broke as it grieved for its host, but it didn't dare to say anything else. Ceirin was still striving to overcome his favorite interest in the learning space, while the instructor of Mengyu College looked through the glass on the door and determined that Ceirin was seated there before departing. This is the Mengyu College rule. Any pupil who comes to this school for remodeling must first spend 7 days in this isolation cell. Nothing was in the confined room. There was nothing else except when someone brought the food. The children were well behaved and released after 7 days. Ceirin is only 15 years old now. His parents sent him there because of his internet addiction. Yes, Ceirin was an outstanding student in elementary and junior high school. However, when he reached high school, his grades began to fall precipitously. The couple then discovered that their son was addicted to internet games and spent the entire day in front of the computer. They transferred him here, thousands of miles away, and paid 60,000 yuan for his rehabilitation. They believed that when their son grew older, he would be well educated and able to escape his internet addiction. The concept is sound, yet it is incorrect. This type of framework was simple to enter, but difficult to leave. During Ceirin's 7-day incarceration, other Mengyu College students silently accepted the professor's commands, with numb expressions on their faces and the prospect of escape in their hearts. The only thing they were looking forward to was being picked up by their parents. It's unfortunate that there were children arriving at this school every day, but only a handful of them were picked up. The students in this class ranged in age from 12 to 24. They had to heed the teacher when they arrived. The instructor will punish you if you disregard the teacher's order. The first step was corporal punishment. Other penalties were used in school to train recalcitrant youngsters until they were submissive. Ceirin's 7 days went by quickly. Despite the fact that the operation had not yet begun, he learned some hacking abilities at the prompting of 618. Ceirin can now easily hack a huge corporation. The confinement chamber's door was finally opened. A very powerful middle-aged man with an expressionless face and piercing eyes stood at the door, giving off an unseen impression of oppression. Qingrong, Xiao. Come on out. His deep voice seemed to erupt from his chest. Xiao Qingrong rose from the ground and approached the teacher. Tang Yihai was the middle-aged man. He is a Mengyu Institute instructor and teacher. He was formerly a soldier. Later, he was exposed to the possibility of working as a teacher at the institute, which not only allowed him to spend his time leisurely but also paid well. What exactly are you doing? Faster. Tang Yihai was watching Xiao Qingrong move so slowly that he reached out his hand, intending to smack Xiao Qingrong in the head. He had been beating students for a long time. It was all right as long as the pupils here entered Mengyu College. 618 tightened as it realized its host was about to be beaten. However, it was observed that the scalpel in his host's left hand was directly put into Yihai's neck. Qingrong yanked it out, but the other's body simply froze for a split second. 618 only saw a tangle of mosaic as blood sprayed from the neck and splashed on Xiao Qingrong's face and torso. Tang Yihai's mind went blank, his eyes expanded, and he couldn't believe what had just occurred to him. Looking at the individual. Squinting, Xiao Qingrong raised the corners of his lips, pushed out his tongue, and licked the sprayed blood at the corners of his mouth. This blood is filthy and not at all appetizing.